Hello and welcome to episode 144 of the Lost Levels podcast, and I'm your host, Soul, here to pour the majesty of the Lost Levels. I'm the host. We have co-hosts with me, SpiderStaryu.
Hello, everyone.
And SuperZambezi.
Hello.
And they're joining me for the extra special Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire podcast. The game launched the same day as Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, November 21st, and the game has us taken back to the Hoenn region that we originally visited on the Game Boy Advance from the original Ruby and Sapphire. And Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have a lot of familiarity, like the region itself is pretty much unchanged, but there are noticeable changes within certain areas that make it all the more interesting. We have plot changes, new characters, new mechanics, or previously included mechanics that weren't in the original Generation 3. That makes it all the better comparatively. We have a bunch of questions that I created as well, but I'm going to start off with, since we're all at least playing the game, I've beaten it, but my other two co-hosts have not. What is your current team?
Okay. Oh boy. Let's start with the starters. I don't like any of them. I don't like their evolution.
Yeah, I find the starters a little lacking. I think the Mega Evolutions made them a little more interesting, but I mean, I can agree. The Hoenn ones have always been like the most boring to me. Like some people would say the Johto ones are, but I actually like the Johto ones.
Yeah,
I guess. Out of all of them, I guess.
So I ended up going with Mudkip because I think it was time for a water starter for once, and I think he's the least ugly, I guess, of the three. I mean the what is this, Swampert, the last evolution? I think that's the least ugly. So I went with that one.
You think Blaziken and Sceptile are ugly?
Yeah.
I didn't think they were ugly, I just thought they were boring.
Well, ugly, boring, same realm for me. For Pokemon.
Oh my gosh. So mean.
Like, whoa.
Yes, I'm starting pretty negative with my Pokemon talk. Who else have I had? I have, since the beginning... Oh, here we go. Mightyena. Oh no. Mightyena.
Oh, dear Lord.
I should not have been on the Pokemon podcast. But yes, I've had that, and I've been using him as my fire type.
What?
He has a fire move, and it works just well.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm not that dumb.
I thought you thought Mariana was a fire type. I'm like... sorry.
He has a Fire Fang, and it works well with all my fire needs or whatever, so it works out. And is he a dark type too? I don't know.
Oh, yes, he's dark. Pure dark.
Pure dark.
So then it works out in that regard too. I also have Gardevoir. Yes.
No, that's not. That one's not too off. It's Gardevoir, like French. It's a French word that I am lacking. Okay.
I have Smash Brothers to thank me for that.
Gardevoir.
So that's my psychic. That's also fairy, right?
Fairy.
Psychic fairy type. Who else do I have? Oh, this is this is my funny part. If you've listened to the past Pokemon podcast, you know which Pokemon I don't like.
Oh no.
And in one of the towns, you trade one of your Pokemon for a... I don't know what the name is, because the Pokemon was nicknamed Makeet. And then...
Oh my gosh, Hariyama.
It evolved into a Hariyama, and I'm like, oh no!
Sorry,
not Pokemon. Oh, but I kept it because it's actually a really good Pokemon. It's really strong.
Very
it's like ground
HP.
Or rock or whatever type is. But
not.
It's fighting.
It's just fighting.
Oh, well, it's that, and it works out very well.
Props for you, Izzy.
So I have that in my team, unfortunately. I had... Okay, so in one of the games you have the Lotad, which is not mine. So in Sapphire you have Lotad that you can catch, and in mine you have...
C-Dot.
Sea-Dye, yeah. So I caught one of those, and I evolved it into a chestnut or something.
No,
What? A chest?
Nuzleaf. It evolves into
Nuzleaf.
Nuzleaf, and then if you get a leaf stone, it evolves into Shift Tree.
Okay. Yes, then that thing. And that was my grass type until I got Roselia, and I ditched that thing so fast.
Yes. Did you get a shiny stone for it yet?
No, I looked up where you can find one, and apparently it's later on in the game, so I still haven't been able to do that.
I was going to choose one of those, but then I chose... Wait, I'm not going to steal your thunder. Continue.
And then my last Pokemon, I actually wanted a flying type for the future when I get Fly, and I had that metallic bird thing.
Skarmory,
and I kept it in my party for the longest time, and I just never used it. Just kept letting it level up on the side. But then the last thing I did was I got Latios, so I guess that will be my flying type. So that was kind of pointless. Like, I just got Latios, so I don't know how this is gonna work out. But yep, that's my team.
SpiderStaryu.
Oh, actually, can I ask? Like, is that a good team? Like,
So it was Mightyena, Gardevoir.
Yes.
Is a whatever Swampert, Marshtomp, Nuzleaf.
No, Roselia.
Oh, Roselia and Latios.
And Hariyama, unfortunately.
That's a fine team. Mightyena I don't like using, but I mean it's whatever works. If it's good on your team, it's good.
Okay, good.
Is it my turn?
It's SpiderStaryu's turn.
SpiderStaryu, Spider. Okay, so my team actually, I honestly didn't think of all the type stuff because, I just picked Pokemon, I liked, whatever the case is, and so a lot of my Pokemon have the same weakness, so y'all listening better not be judging me, don't get crazy. I just picked what I like, and so I'll start off, I have my Sceptile, because I chose Trico at the beginning. Actually, this Pokemon just evolved recently, like literally like not a couple minutes, like an hour ago. So I have my Sceptile. For the bug Pokemon, I got a Beautifly, and oh my god, let me tell you something. It took me so long to find a Cascoon, because every time I get a Wurmple, it always No, not a Cascoon, a Silcoon. Because every time I get a Wurmple, it evolves into a Cascoon. You see, that's why I'm getting freaking confused about it, because every single time it always evolves into a Cascoon.
Yeah, Wurmple's evolution stinks, because I don't think it is. There's an actual, like, variable that it's figured, but, like, it's basically random.
It was born that way. But still, like, I just wanted something else. So I finally got a Silcoon. What's funny is SC was going to offer me his Silcoon, but as soon as he said that, I finally encountered a Silcoon, so I was like, oh yes, finally. So I have my Beautifly currently. And then, of course, we cannot go a generation without having Staryu. I have my Staryu on my team, and he always will be my Water-type Pokemon. So we have Staryu, of course. I'm still waiting to get those Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, all those moves, because my freaking Staryu's moves are kind of lackluster. I have Surf, Swift, Minimize, and Recover. No, Minimize is freaking good, though. Like,
I can't...
it is...
Wait, you wanted Thunderbolt?
Yeah, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam,
I don't remember
Psychic or Dazzling Gleam.
I don't remember where to get that. Dazzling Gleam I got somewhere. No, actually, yeah, Dazzling Gleam you find, I think, on, after the 6th gym leader. It's right before Mount Pyre. You can find it on this route with a fairy girl. She's just standing there, and she gives you Dazzling Gleam. Ice Beam you can't get until, I think, after Tate and Liza. It's on this abandoned ship, and you have to do a whole bunch of things to get it, as well as, I think, a whole bunch of nuggets and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well,
Thunderbolt, I can't remember.
If I really want my Staryu to get the moves, I could just trade it to my Y version and just get the moves real quick and then send it back.
Which is what I did.
So then I have my Metang. What's his de-evolve? What's his
Beldum.
Basic one? Beldum, yeah. I got the Beldum. Everyone already knows about the mystery gift thing that you get from Steven. You get it from Steven, right?
I haven't done it yet. I keep meaning to, but I'm gonna forget. So I gotta do it soon.
I think it's from Steven, I think. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't. Oh no, it says original trainer Steven. So yes,
okay,
I'm
there
right.
you
Alright, so then we have my Gardevoir,
Oh,
which
two.
I was gonna change it to a Gallade, but then I was like, oh, but I want a Fairy type, so then I was like, oh, I'll just have to make another one. I'll breed this Gardevoir to make another one so that I can make it like an adamant one, because this one also sucks. This Gardevoir I have sucks. Its nature is, what's its damn nature? Relaxed. So its speed is down and its defense is up. So this is a really bad Gardevoir. But, you know, I'm like I said, when I was doing this playthrough, I don't really care too much about that stuff, because if I wanted professional stuff, then I would just, you know, I said professional. If you want, like, competitive ones, I could just breed them. So that's not a problem. Then the last Pokemon I have, actually, I want to mention two, because before I had this Pokemon, I had another one, which is my Mightyena, which was basically my HM slave. I named it T-Fang because it knows Thunderfang. So original, right?
Right. Totes.
Thunderfang, so I named it T-Fang, and it's basically my HM slave because it knows Thunderfang and Bite, but then it knows Rock Smash and Strength and probably any other. It's gonna know any other HM moves I need it to learn. So that's gonna be my HM slave. And then, but the last Pokemon we have is one of my most favorite from Generation 3, and that is Spoink. Yes,
Oh,
I
I
love
forgot you have a
Spoink
weird
so much.
love for him.
Yeah, Spoink is so cute, like the little. It's
Well,
little
no, Spoink's cute, but both the Grumpig and Spoink.
Yo,
are kinda
yeah,
terrible.
Grumpig is like ratchet.
Well, I mean, in terms of like battling, I don't like using Grumpigs.
Spoink is just adorable. I'm probably gonna keep it that way because it looks so
Spoink.
cute. Because before I had my Spoink, and before the Mightyena, I had the Surskit. Because Surskit's one of my most favorite. Because it's a little it's like a little spider skating thing. Even though it's not a spider because it doesn't have 8 legs, but it's like a little. It looks like a little spider skating on water. I love Surskit, but. Actually, you know what's funny? Okay, I'm sorry, this is the last thing I'm going to mention. I'm taking too long. Toadette gave me a Surskit, like, I think last year.
I think I remember this story.
It was like a birthday present,
Continue.
a late birthday present. Like, she gave me a shiny Surskit, which I think she cloned somehow. You know, the Wi-Fi trick?
I'm not sure. I think they had a patch that fixed that, which I'm really mad about. I haven't tested it in forever, so I couldn't live up to that.
I'll ask Toadette though, but it was last year, not this year. Last year she gave me that as a late birthday present, and it was so cute because the Surskit is like a shiny one, and you know its name is Blaine, I think, because that was one of Toadette's, you know, my favorite of Toadette's OCs. So yeah, that's why she named it that, and I was gonna use it, but I gotta trade it over. But anyway, that's all my Pokemon. A real quick roundup. We have. Trico, oh my god, Sceptile, Beautifly, Staryu, Metang, Gardevoir, and Spoink. Lots of weaknesses to Dark type and Ghost type and Fire type.
As for me, I'm gonna do. I'm very like specific about things like this. So I'm gonna name them in order, and I've beaten the game. I've like first of all, it's I'm gonna mention this now. It's really hard to level up your Pokemon in the after game because if you can't the Elite Four after you complete the after game episode, the Delta episode, you can't there's almost no way to level up your Pokemon. Like and like the Elite Four is at level I think 70 to begin with. I was like, alright, that's unreal. And the only way that I found out how to do it is there's QR codes online for Bliss, like it's like triple battles. Against level 100 Blissies, well, you have to have a level release, which I forgot how to. I'm not explaining how to get because it's too many words. But it's triple battle against level 100 Blissies that don't have any moves, I think, or they have like Healing Wish or something, and Healing Wish does nothing. And you get like 1,300 or 13,000. I think I mentioned this last podcast, but like 13,000 experience points. So that's how I've been leveling up my Pokemon. But besides the point. We have Randall, the Sceptile, who has, by the way, almost all my Pokemon have gotten good natures, and I didn't mean for that to happen. I was just extremely lucky, but I have Randall, the Sceptile, who has Sceptilite. I have Core, my Gallade, which I had to transfer to X for a little while using Pokemon Bank, because I was like, I can't, like, you don't get a Dawnstone until just before the Pokemon League. Like, literally, it's the last thing you pretty much do before the Pokemon League. So I was like, alright, I can't wait that long. So I think it was after Winona, I had to go to X, and I also taught it Power Up Punch, which almost single-handedly defeated Steven just by using Power Up Punch. And I also had to teach it. I taught it like Psycho Cut and Night Slash from the move Relearners. in X. But I also have Muse, my main Ectric, who has main Ektite. Also, my Gallade has Galadite. And Sky, my Altaria, who has Altarianite. Natasha, my Milotic. And Vera, my Absol, which has Absolite. And I didn't realize until like I already had my team pretty much ready that I had almost all my Pokemon could Mega Evolve except for my Milotic, which pretty much holds on its own anyway because it has amazing HP and special attack because it has a special attack increasing nature. So I was happy. One thing I also noticed, or not noticed, but was fortunate in is that pretty much all my Pokemon, I didn't think, or my Manectric is the one that usually Mega Evolves because Manectric isn't too good on its own. Fortunately, at least, I did get Manectite, I think, not too long after getting the Mega Bracelet, which I think is before the 5th Gym Leader, but I can't attest to that. I like having all these Pokemon. Also, I kind of did almost cheat because I have a full living dex that was originally cheated from like Black 2, a full living dex, or at least the first 649. So I already had. What happens is if you have a Pokemon you caught, if you have that Pokemon, you can see it on the dex nav. So I already had every Pokemon. So if I wanted to get a Feebas, all I had to do was click it, and eventually I could get a Feebas, which was kind of hard to get anyway, or a Swablu, or etc. My main Electric was the only one who I got like impromptu because I did not have a last member, especially because I think I was at the I didn't get my main Electric until it might have I think I had it in against Brawly, but it was like I had no Pokemon between then, so I always wanted to I never really thought of trying it, so I was like, alright, whatever, let's try main Electric, and it's pretty good. It's really weak in its defense, though, especially it's at level 66, and its defense is only like 96, which, I mean, isn't that good comparatively, since even my Absol has a defense over 100, so it's not all that good, but it's still a bit fun to use. Mega Magnetric is better for it, but besides the point, I'm happy with my team. Moving on, we have... Since not all of us have completed the game, which is actually kind of good for this question, what moments have stuck in your head, whether or not it's from the plot? Staryu said one of his Pokemon evolved recently, so maybe that's one of them, etc. What has stuck in your head whilst playing through Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire? This is SuperZambezi.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say. I mean, I've just been playing Pokemon like... This is Pokemon. This is how it works. I don't know. I always there's some really I guess pretty locations in Pokemon. Like I know in X and Y there were plenty of moments where I'm like, oh, this looks really nice. This looks really pretty. And I'm trying to think of any in this game. Maybe that Meteor Falls place.
Ooh, it was like really cool in like Emerald, and it's still cool now. Or it's again, for a GBA game, and I thought that game was very ugly, Meteor Falls was pretty cool, and I like it in this game, too.
Oh, okay, so I like Route, I think it's 113, where there's ash falling from the volcano. And it's a really cool atmosphere right there. So, I might, maybe I'll have something after you guys answer, because I'm trying to think.
Then it goes to SpiderStaryu to take the baton.
SpiderStaryu, oh my god, can I mention a moment that's kind of embarrassing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything that's stuck in my head usually is just me forgetting so much about how Ruby and Sapphire was, because I forgot location. Because obviously, since it's a remake, some things have changed. Like, let me see. What's this place called? Like, what's the place where the bikes are? Because I don't know how to say the name.
Cycling Road.
No, it's like the town where you get the bike.
Mauville.
Malville?
Yeah, Mauville.
Okay. Oh, why am I saying this? When I was in that town during Thanksgiving. Oh, why am I saying this? I didn't know that. I didn't know you could get bikes there. I forgot. So I was literally in that town for like 2 hours. Like, literally being like, where's the bikes? Where do you get the bikes? And I was just so confused.
Why did you search it up?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
After like 10 minutes, I think I had the same. I knew that the cycling shop was there, but I didn't know where to get the bike. or like where it was.
They
exactly.
changed it, didn't
Yeah,
they?
Mauville is one of the only cities that's changed, and I love Mauville now. Like I hated it in the original.
It's like Lumio City now.
It reminds me of a mall. It's pronounced Mauville, but my friend calls it Mallville because of it. But that's not. That's the point. I really like it, but
It's like
after 10 minutes, I would have, or not, it took 20 minutes, I would have given it up. 10 minutes, that's all it was there.
It's like I knew it was there, but I'm like, oh wait, but maybe it's just I'm too early in the game, so maybe I can't get it.
Oh,
but then, it wouldn't even be an option if you couldn't get it. Oh, I just felt so ridiculous. I'm like, oh my god, where is this? I found it after 2. It was like near the second part of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
I didn't even watch it.
Oh,
I'm really mad I didn't watch it. I bet there's like a rerun or something online.
Oh yeah, you gotta see it. There's so many awesome Broadway stuff. That's another podcast though, but so many awesome Broadway performances. I love them all. But oh my god, I felt so ridiculous. And then Jagged Pass, I didn't know that the bike, oh my god, what's the bike? Acrobike. Okay, I was gonna say it right. Whoa. I didn't know you had to hold the B button for like 2 seconds.
I can agree with you on this. I'm stuck here. I'm literally sitting here, and I tried searching it up, and nobody had an explanation. So it's not like I was just being stupid. I was like sitting here. I'm like, why isn't this working? Like I was pressing B repeatedly.
Exactly.
But no, you have to. Apparently, my little brother figured it out. So I was like, okay. And all you have to do, you just hold B, and you sit there, and then you start hopping after 2 seconds. I think it would have been better to just keep pressing B, but...
Luckily, this didn't take me 2 hours. This only took me like 15 minutes. So, but I was like, how do I climb up these rock things? Then I looked on Bulbapedia, it said hold it for 2 seconds. I'm like, but that's what I'm doing. Then I actually literally just hold it down and not press anything, just B, and then it actually started working. So I was like, oh, okay, there we go. But I was like, oh my god, I felt so ridiculous at those moments, because like, I haven't played Ruby and Sapphire for a long time. Goodness, maybe... I mean, I did play like a little bit like earlier this year when me and Toadette were playing. Toadette played Ruby, I played Sapphire, but like I didn't go that far, so like I was just really lost on some things. But you know,
same.
Those are some moments that have stuck out for me, not like negatively, except for the 2-hour thing, but not negatively, just like it's just a surprise that I didn't really know this stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so as for me, I would say that the moment that really sticks, or a couple moments stick in my head, are I defeated Tate and Liza in 1 turn. Or no, 2, maybe it was 2 turns. But it was like, I think it was 1 turn. I defeated them in 2 turns, and it was with my 2 newest Pokemon. I used Surf with my Milotic, and who has amazing special attack, and then I think... No, it was 2 turns. It was definitely 2 turns. And then I finished off like Solrock or Lunatone, because all they have is Solrock and Lunatone. Like, they don't have any other Pokemon, which I thought was kind of stupid. So they're extremely easy if you have the right Pokemon. I knew this would finish off easy, but I was still, like, shocked. I was like, they didn't do anything. I think Solrock used, no, they were both too slow, but I think Solrock or somebody used Sunny Day, and that was pretty much it. I was like, gee, thanks. Another thing that sticks out for me is the final battle against Wally. I realized that all of us have a Ralts evolution. You two have a Gardevoir, and I have a Gallade. But anyway,
yes.
His battle, he's still not all that tough, but he has a Mega Gallade, and Mega Gallade's attack is, like, crazy good. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, they don't give you the Mega Stone until the after game. You can find it in Fall Arbor Town at Professor Cosmos' house for all you, people who don't know where it is, especially me, because I didn't know where Professor Cosmo lived. I thought he lived at that space station. But besides the point, I had he was really easy up until that stupid Mega Gallade. I had to revive my Altaria like twice so I could defeat it. Because my Altaria, I think it Mega Evolved. It Mega Evolved the first time, so I got it like down to like almost entire damage, but it kept knocking me out with it wasn't Night Slash, but afterwards, but it was some move, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't defeat it, but I did. It's in Victory Road, by the way. And my final moment, because I have like 3, is getting my Milotic, because it wasn't that hard. I don't like having I like having like a balanced team, usually like extremely balanced. Like I had I think it was in Black 2, I had like 3 girls, 3. I always have 3 girls, 3 boys. 3 girls, 3 boys, 3 monotypes, and 3 double types. And then 3 that physically attacked and 3 that specially attacked. And this pretty much was the same thing in this, except I have 4 monotypes Pokemon, unless you count Mega Evolving my Sceptile, so it'd be Grass Dragon. But my Milotic was really hard to get, but like ever since then, it's probably the best. Which is funny because all my other Pokemon Mega Evolve, but like it can pretty much take down almost any Pokemon except for an HP heavy character. Why do I keep saying character? Pokemon with Surf, and it's just that good. And if not, it has Recover and Ice Beam. So either way you slice it, it's very handy. I guess it's not really a moment. It still exists, but it's beside. I don't think that's really much the point. But SZ, how have you? Because you said you might have some. Once you said it, do you have any moments that are sticking in your head now?
I wrote a few down. I don't like that there are 2 bikes because I feel like if I go to an area, I just want to take care of the area. I don't want to come back with another bike. Blah 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 blah. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, but I think you have to. If you tell there's like 3 people around the region, if you tell them about or talk to them, you'll tell them about the cycling shop, and eventually you get both bikes, so you can just switch them between your bag.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
But you can't do it until the after game because one of them is on a battle resort, which is the after game island, I think, or it's somewhere in the after game, which I thought was stupid because I was like, well, then why did we have it to begin with? What's the point of it really now?
Okay, Southern Island is really pretty.
You can't go back to it after doing it once, which is stupid.
What? Oh,
yeah,
that's baloney.
Yeah, that's where you get Latios or Latios, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on your. You can when you get the soar function, you can like hover over it and it even says Southern Island, but you can't land there.
I mean, I don't know what you would do there, but
I mean, but it's cool.
It is very cool. I agree. Did you guys do the trick house?
I haven't. I only did the first one.
I did too.
Oh, it was cool.
I did too.
It was very cool. I was gonna do more, but then my HM slave didn't get Rock Smash yet, and I'm like, I'm not going back to this place. So
yes, HM slaves. That's what they're for.
it was a Zigzagoon, and then it kept trying to. I didn't mention this moment. I had at one point 2 Pokemon that kept wanting to evolve. My Curlia, which had what's it called? I didn't have a Dawnstone, so I didn't want to evolve into Gardevoir, so I was just stuck. And I think it went like 14 levels afterwards until I finally I was like, let's see if X and Y has one. It did. But then also I don't know why I didn't do this. I think Linoon still has pickup, so I just kept not making my HM Slave, which was the Zigzagoon, evolve. And now I remember thinking, I was like, wait, why am I not letting it evolve? I'm not going to use it, and there's no purpose of me having a Zigzagoon compared to a Linoon, even though I actually did use my Zigzagoon at points just as a dummy or to do a little bit of damage to heal somebody. Like one time I put it out in the Brawly battle and it used smelling salts or something, and I was like, well, okay, then you let me heal it and get a little bit of damage on your Pokemon. But that memory stuck in my head too. I'm sorry.
I can't stand smelling salt.
What's that move do again?
Doesn't it remove your paralysis, but does extra damage if you are paralyzed?
I guess I don't remember.
I have to check.
Do you have any other memories? Because I cut you off.
No, I'm done.
Oh, okay, then that's perfect. Because I guess I've already said I completed the game, so I'm not really going to answer this question. But how far are you 2 in the game?
I just got Latios, so right after the. Well, I have no idea.
Did you face the Fire-type gym leader yet?
Yeah, I did the fire. No, I'm past. That's the 4th badge. I did the 5th.
Did you verse your dad?
I versed my. Oh, see, that's what I did. I versed my badge.
I hate Norman.
Norman is so. How do you hate?
No, because it was really hard. But
he has 2 slackings.
I had to use. I forgot. I think I used my what's it called? My Magnetic Trick, and I got lucky with Thunder Wave. But that was pretty much it. I was just extremely lucky in that one. And he's so hard.
It keeps using Yawn.
Well, Truant was pretty handy for his slackings. So you just defeated the 5th gym leader, because you haven't been to Winona yet, I know that.
Yeah, so what I did after the 5th one, I went back to all the places where I couldn't use surf, and I took care of those areas. So I even went to that underwater, or that sunken ship thing.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
only go halfway.
You can get Ice Beam right after the 5th gym leader, yeah. It's actually really handy. I'll have to show you how to do it. I'm not showing you how to do it. I'm lazy.
Well,
You'll have to search up how to do it.
I'm like a terrible Pokemon player because I pick up all these items and I pick up all these TMs and whatnot, and I just I need to save it for later, and then I never ever touch them.
Why would you save a TM for later? Use it now.
I'm just Use it now.
I don't know. I'm just like, well, I like what I have now. Maybe later or something, and then I never even bother.
Tisk.
Damn shame.
Some TMs are really good. Like Dazzling Gleam is useful for Pokemon that don't learn many fairy types.
Very useful in double battles.
Yes, even though what's it called? I had taught it to my Altaria, but it only had it for a single level before using or learning Moonblast, which I find extremely handy with a Mega Altaria.
I really wished Starmie knew Moonblast. That would be so awesome. It would be so cool.
I don't see it ever getting it, but I mean, Dazzling Gleam is still a really useful move, so it's not.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, no, yeah, it's like the second strongest fairy. No, I think that's a rock type move. Never mind. Yeah, it's like the second strongest.
I'm just surprised a lot of Pokemon don't know certain moves. Like, I'm actually Staryu and Starmie. Like, when you look at their descriptions, like always it says like, oh, they communicate with the moon, with the stars above. So you think that they would have moves like Moonlight or whatever, but they don't get it. Hell, even Pokemon like Sunflora can't learn Morning Sun naturally. You have to breed it to learn it. Ridiculousness.
Oh well, how far are you in the game, Staryu? Because
okay.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Please don't be embarrassing.
Please don't let me be ahead of you. Please.
No,
I'm ahead of you.
Okay.
I'm at where the 6th. Oh my god, what's his
Winona.
name? Yeah. Whoa, I said his. Whoops.
Winona's really cool.
No, she's the 6th one, right?
Yeah, she's the flying one.
Yeah, I'm at that place. Thank God. I got so worried I was before SC. Whew, that would have been scary. But I'm at Winona. I gotta beat her, but I think I need to go back because you said Ice Beam was somewhere where after Gen 5.
It's in the
after
ship.
the 5th gym. Do you need dive for that?
Oh. Wait, let me think. Yes, you need dive.
Okay, so I'm gonna trade Staryu to Y and just give him all the moves I need.
You still need to have a gym badge to learn to use dive.
Oh, well then, I'll just...
Yeah, never mind. You can't get it after the 5th gym leader.
But what's the town that she... I forget the town. What town is she...
Fortree.
Oh, that's the guy... That's where that guy who showed you the secret bases lives.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm at that town. Village. Place.
Yeah,
City.
Fortree... I don't like it just because it takes forever to get around. Like, it's like... There's only one way to get through it, and you have to go up the ladders, and you have to go across the bridge, and then you have to go down the ladder again. And sometimes I take the wrong ladder by accident and go to the gym when I'm trying to get through it. It's...
I gotta say, a lot of the gym leaders, their new designs look awesome. Like,
Sorry, you continue.
I love Brawly, Flannery, like, their designs... Amazing. I love it. I just love how their new designs look. It looks a lot more... just better, just not as, like when I looked at, like, Brawly before, he had this boring orange shirt and these blue shorts, whatever, but now he has this black and orange shirt and, like, these goggles with these gloves. It looks a lot cooler than what it did before, because I didn't even think anything of Brawly. And Flannery, I've always loved Flannery, so Flannery looks even better now than what she did before. So I just really like how their new designs look. It looks really cool.
I have something to say on that, because... I've always, wondered about Winona when I first played it. First of all, I've never gotten past her because I think my team's under level. I've said this several times. And she's not... Maybe it's just because I was playing it weird and had really under-level Pokemon. This time she's very easy, at least she had a Skarmory, a Swallow, and a Altaria. And her first two Pokemon were really easy, but as of course, like most Altaria in-game, if you're playing competitively, not, but Altarias are really annoying to deal with. But she's the only one who's had a redesign between Generation 3 and Generation 6 because she was noticeably redesigned in the Pokemon World Tournament. I was like, as soon as I saw her like that, I was like, finally, like something interesting about her. And she's just as vague as she is in this game, or compared to Generation 3. But I mean, she looks cooler, and her pose, like her battle pose, looks really cool too. So I've always had a weird like for her. So I'm glad that she's better. Then the next thing, which actually kind of leads into it, what are your favorite changes to the game? Because there are a lot of changes, and whether or not these are changes that were added previously, like the new evolutions, like Frostlass, or Mega Evolution from X and Y, or new things like the new look to Mauville, or the new changes to the Pokemon League rematch. What are your favorite changes to the game compared to Generation 3?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Ezzy has nothing to say because you never played the game. I'm sorry, Ezzy. Staryu.
Yes, thank you, Soul Rock. Yes.
Ew.
We gotta make that pun. What? You don't love Soul Rock? Soul Rock
I do
is
not like Soul Rock.
Oh my god.
I like
you
Lunatone better.
I can't
Yeah.
stand Lunatone. Ugh. Oh my god, you just made me forget what I was gonna say. Oh wait, no, I got it. I like how, like, after you do a gym battle, like, you know, May or whoever, like, Wally or whatever the case might be, they'll come up to be like, oh, I'm gonna be going to the next town, you wanna come with me? And I'll be like, yeah, I wanna go. And that's so cool, like, you can just skip ahead and just
No.
deal.
What? You wanna know why that's amazing? Because if you remember in Pokemon in Ruby or Sapphire, you had to walk, like, the entire way back. It was I forgot. I think maybe I mentioned this on the last podcast as well. I was like, that's probably one of my favorite changes in it. I didn't even remember that until you said it. But go on.
It's just so cool. Like, we could just skip ahead. We don't have to go through all this bullcrap that we've already dealt with. It's just so cool to just, like, skip everything. It's like, I don't need to deal with this. Let's just go ahead. Because we don't get Fly until I think you beat Winona, I think, or after Tate and Liza. I don't know. But, like, we don't get Fly, so that's why it's so cool that we have that. Because you can't fly over there, so you gotta walk the whole way, and it's just so annoying to do so. So I think that is a really cool feature. Like I've already mentioned designs, like the gym leaders. Gym leaders all look cool. I love, like I already said, I love Brawly, love Flannery, but we gotta talk about the real fabulous one. We gotta talk about Wallace. Oh my god. Wallace is serving.
Okay, wait. You haven't gotten to him yet.
No.
But every single time you see him, he has the most, like, sly, fishy look. It's hilarious. It's like his actual, like, standing pose is him, like, his hand on his shoulder, like, tilted slightly away from you, and he's just looking at you, and, like, he's like, yeah, I'm better than you. And even when he's talking, like, he's, like, talking nice to you. I'm like, what? Like, it's the best thing ever. I love him. I just love that so much. I've always been a bit indifferent to him, but this game, he's hilarious.
Wallace, also, I loved Wallace back then, too, because Wallace is a water-type gym leader. I've always loved water-type gym leaders. It's just, I'm kind of disappointed at Juan. I don't know if you get to see Juan, but, like, he's not a gym leader. Yeah, that's real sad because, I liked Juan. Yes, but, Steven's also cool, so, we need to have Steven as the, champion, so. But, everything else, I love all the changes, love everything. Everything looks nice, 3D, everything just looks. I just like the facial expressions, too. And Team Aqua, at first, I didn't like Team Aqua's designs, but I'm actually getting really used to them, and I'm starting to actually see that they actually gave Team Aqua more personality. Like before, like,
yeah.
With Team Aqua before, like, you didn't really think much of them. Like, like, oh, Shelly, like, oh, she's this girl right here. But now, like, they made all of them have, like, blue eyes, like, darker skin. Shelly, she has, like, her hair's darker, but she has, like, a blue highlights in her hair. Like, it's, like, when you actually think about it, and they're also, what their clothes they're wearing, like, it actually is really cool. And when you first went, and of course, if you don't have, I don't know, if you have Magma, oh my god. If you have Ruby, then, Omega Ruby, then Team Magma, like, their opening animation looks different, but, like, Team Aqua, when you first verse them, like, there's, like, it's like something's coming down like an anchor, like, whoosh, and, like, you hear that water sound effect, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Anyone?
I played Alpha Sapphire. I think for Team Magma, it's like a big magma eruption, and then the M shows up, just like
So cool.
Aqua's. It's cool. Sorry.
It is so cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all. Like, everything about this game is just really cool. I gotta start playing it more because, you know, I was hoping, like, by the time we did the podcast, I was hoping I'd already be done with it, but, you know, I'm not. But, you know, it's not gonna change. I think this game's cool, so.
So, as for me, my favorite changes to the game, actually one of them was Team Aqua's redesigns. But I've seen I really need to ask my little brother, because Shelly, you'll see later, she actually has some more character development, more than Matt. She has some character development. And Courtney, all I know about her is that she's really weird. Like, she actually acts like a computer. Like, she'll say, like, she's, like, scanning target at some point, which I think she might have did in, Ruby, because I had Ruby, and I don't remember too much about that, because I did get to that point where you meet her. But I've noticed, and I know Tabitha is the same way, but at least has a little more character development.
They ruined Tabitha.
Yeah.
He's big and fat now.
I love him. He's like,
no, I'm not throwing shade at all, but I'm just sitting like, oh my god, he's so weird looking now. Before he was cool, now he's like, ugh.
Awkward
I don't
looking.
like Tabitha.
But I know he has a little more character development. Matt is like, he was actually really cool in the demo. He was interesting, a little interesting, but he's boring in this one. He always says like the same thing. He has the same. He doesn't change Pokemon at all. He only has a Sharpedo, and that's it. He doesn't get a new Pokemon. I think Shelly gets like a new Pokemon somewhat. I like her anyway. She's like my favorite of Team Aqua. Long story short, I really do like Team Aqua, and I was originally going to choose Omega Ruby, but I'm actually glad I chose Alpha Sapphire in the end. Other changes, I love Mauville City. I've already noted it before. Later on, there's actually a second floor to Mauville City. It's actually kind of boring. I haven't done the entire thing, but it's almost like an apartment complex, and it's also where you get Lopunite at some point. You can get it there, but it's because of New Mauville. Like, you can do stuff with New Mauville, if you remember that from the Generation 3 games. I haven't even done it yet because I was like, this is boring. I remember it was boring originally. But I love Mauville City's changes. I mentioned Mega Evolution because the Mega Evolutions in this game, I'm so happy because there's no Mega Evolutions that are exclusive. You can find, it's funny because you can find Mewtwo'nite X in Little Root Town, and then you find Mewtwo'nite Y at the Pokemon League. It's like the beginning and the end. Like, your beginning and end of your... Actually, it might have been Charizardite. I think it was Mewtwo'nite. And Charizardite has a similar little cute thing to it. But you can get every Mega Stone, I think. I don't know how to get Blastoisite and Venusaurite, now thinking about it. But the other ones, they're normal methods of getting them. Some of them are irritating, though. Like, Slowbroites or Slowbronite, you have to get 4 Shoal Salts and 4 Shoal Shells, and then he gives you Slowbronite and a Shell Bell. The old man in Shoal Cave, and then there's Metagrossite. You can't get that until the after game. That's like one of the last things you can do. You have to beat the Pokemon League the second time around, and they all have a Mega Evolution. And, by the way, Steven originally has the Mega Evolution when you first faced him, but I still almost defeated him entirely with my Mega Gallade, but that's besides the point. And then he gives you Metagrossite afterwards. I haven't done it yet because it's irritating to me, but I do like the Mega Evolutions in its whole. Well, I haven't seen any that are necessarily bad. Of course, like originally in Pokemon X and Y, Mega Abomasnow is not that good, and it's still not good now. I think Lopunny still has that in favor, so she's not all that good. But
she's better than before, though.
Yes,
Abomasnow sucks, though.
Still does. But one of my favorites is the Delta episode. It's actually very, very good. There's interesting plot points into it, and it even has the origin of Mega Evolution. Like, it's the entire origin of Mega Evolution, which, spoiler, has something to do with Mega Rayquaza, which doesn't evolve with the Mega Stone. But my favorite thing, I'll mention that later, because it's one of the last questions. But the next question is, it's very simple. It's pretty much this or that. Do you prefer X and Y or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? You guys haven't finished it yet, but I mean, I hope that you guys have a general opinion so far.
X and Y. I think I prefer X and Y. There's
Staryu. Oh,
more.
sorry. You go.
Excuse me.
No, I thought you were done. You go.
I can't believe this, but okay.
Okay.
X and Y. I prefer X and Y because there's just more Pokemon that I find more interesting. The places that you go are a little more interesting. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they just all seem very similar to each other, everything that you encounter. So far, at least. I just feel... I don't know. They're both pretty equal, but X and Y just was a little more interesting.
I have to say Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire just because of all the nostalgic memories with this game. Well, with the older version. So, like some things, like I said with the bike thing and everything like that, like there's some things that I forgot. So playing it again now, it's just like it brings me back to those times. Because, oh my god, when did I first play it? I think it was like 2003, 2004. So I was like 7 or 8 years old. So that was 10 years ago. Ugh, I'm old. But, those were some really good times. So I like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. No shade to X and Y, though. I found this game more fun. No shade, yeah.
As for me, I preferred Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I've actually gone through and, checked some places in X and Y, but, there are some actually, detail-less areas in X and Y that I haven't noticed before. I mean, especially compared to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, there's a lot of detail in this game, and, I mean... There's a lot more things to do in this game as well. X and Y is very, very straightforward in what to do. Everything, while I don't there are some parts where it's, one thing I've noticed about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is how it has the same thing X and Y did, except it feels different. X and Y, what happened was, there's a big, it goes in hills, there's a very slow thing where it's mostly about traveling, and then there's a whole bunch of gym leaders or a whole bunch of story or something. X and Y did this, and so does Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire points. The biggest thing is you do, I think it's Mount Chimney. There's a whole bunch of traveling, and then you have to do 2 gym leaders, another story thing, and then you have to go save Latios, all in the same 20 minutes. No, not 20 minutes. That's not to say, but. Very, very short time between. I didn't like that. But the game is still... I very much prefer it over X and Y now thinking of it. Even though it is kind of... you can't get many Pokemon until the after game because more Pokemon show up after you get the national decks.
From other generations, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Why didn't I say that? You get one of the ones I can think of is Zebstrike. It's actually weirdly common in parts close to Fortree and Mount Pyre. I think it was the areas. I'm not going to remember stuff like that. But different... it's the thing all the same. I prefer Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But
oh, yes.
One thing that Alpha Sapphire... Omega Ruby... These games very much excel in is the story. So, how did you like the story? How did you like the story?
Oh, boy. Okay, let's see. I cared... 20% about the story, which is a good improvement over the 10% I cared in X and Y. I can't stand Pokemon stories. They're just so annoying. A dialogue. Oh my gosh, press A, get me out of here. I don't want to hear about this. It's never interesting. I just don't care. I just want to have these Pokemon fight.
Really?
That. No wonder you don't play the game after, because that makes it boring. You got to listen to the dialogue. That's interesting.
There's a good. It's a pretty good
wow.
Ruby and Sapphire already had an actual interesting story, but this game they made it really good, and you missed out you're missing out.
No wonder you don't. Like I said, no wonder you don't freaking play the Pokemon games after, because that's boring if you just skip all the dialogue.
Well, it's because when I start a Pokemon game, I just want to start fighting, and then, I have to talk to my mom, and then I have to go talk to the professor, and then I have to go talk to somebody else. Just leave me alone, let me play. But, okay, I know...
SC is a very impatient person.
For Pokemon, I am very impatient. I do not have the patience for the text. I know that in this game... Okay, so I have Ruby. Oh, we didn't... Does everyone know which games we have? I have Omega Ruby, by the way.
Alpha Sapphire.
Oh, we both have Alpha. I heard you talking about Team Magma. I assumed everybody got that already, but
Okay, yeah.
to
Well,
clear.
Team Magma is the one I'm facing. I don't know. They have some kind of meteorite, and then I fought them, and then I had the meteorite. I don't know what they need that for.
It was to awaken Groudon.
Oh,
You just spoiled it!
Wow! Wow!
Oh my god!
They
I
say
might have
that
actually
you
liked
missed
this
it.
game.
They say that you missed it. You would have known if you didn't. If you would have known if you didn't press A all the time. They say that. They say we're trying to awaken Groudon or something.
Actually, yeah, I think they do say that.
Yeah,
But-
tis Essie.
Whatever. And then there's like Latios. I saved him from people because they needed them for something. And
I didn't understand that.
Latios is a he seed.
Or
Yeah, and
he.
Latios is a she.
Or she. I
Latias is a
Latios
she
is
with
a
an
she.
A.
Yes, but honestly, like when you're playing it, like I think basically it was just like we're taking it for the sake of taking it. It was basically that. Like there's absolutely nothing else to it. They didn't need it for the story necessarily. It felt weirdly placed.
No one cares about Latios and Latias. Only Pokemon we care about is Deoxys. Let's be real.
No, I
Deoxys.
loved
But
Latias.
I like Deoxys more.
Deoxys is
so cool.
oh my gosh, the cinematic. I'm not gonna say anything else except for the cinematic for getting Deoxys is actually really cool. I love
Do we
it.
need like a code or an event thing to get Deoxys?
No, it's in the Delta episode.
Thank God, Lord Jesus, give us the strength. Yes.
Continue, Essie.
Oh, I mean, I don't like the story. I mean, I can keep telling you what I think of it.
Okay.
No.
Let's talk. Let's be positive. All right.
Staryu seems to have more gumbo in this situation.
Oh yes. All right.
So what's your gumbo? What's your beef? Well,
I don't have a
sounds
beef with the
yeah.
story. I've always enjoyed the Pokemon stories. You know, taking down the Team Rocket, Aqua, Magma, Galactic, whatever Generation 5 was, Team Plasma, and Team Flare. Ooh, I remember them all. Oh, I was even looking that up. But you know, I've always enjoyed the stories for the Pokemon games because you know it's the little things that make a story good. You know. I mean, yeah, is it a Paper Mario like story, like Paper 1000 Year Door, like that amount of intensity? Like no, but you know, each story it has its own little quirks and like it's just fun to play to take part in that story. So, you know, yeah, is it the most like original thing in the world? No, but you know, the storylines are what make the game more enjoyable than what it is. You know, that's what it makes it more fun than just senseless Pokemon family. Like, oh, I beat your Pokemon, and beat the Elite Four, I'm the champion. Yes. That's what I love. That there's a team that you have to take down. You know, taking down like a mafia. Well, not mafia, mobster. Like mobster. Well, I don't know. Basically, you know, a mob, like a mob of group of people who are just want to take over the world or take over Kyogre or Groudon, whatever the case might be. Just those type of storylines is what makes the Pokemon games enjoyable to me. So I like that we have an original team going after you. I like how so arrogant they are, being like, "Oh, you are a little brat, you stupid little kid." Yeah, I kick their ASS each and every time. I love it.
Money sign.
Yes, getting the SSS, whatever the case might be. I just love kicking. I just hate. Ooh, their little arrogant, smug face. Like Shelly's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your cute little face." And when the last time I see you, and like, oh, I just can't stand it. But at the same time, I love it. So, the storyline is amazing to me.
As for me, I really like the story. My favorite thing about the story is a very minute detail. But I remember we said it, or maybe I said it, maybe Toadette said it, somebody said it when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were first being shown. And we saw Primal Groudon and someone said, we're, like, what if they have, like, they Primal Evolve, or whatever it was, because they get the right stones. Because in the original Generation 3 games, they have, the red stone, like if you're Sapphire, they get the red stone and try to awaken Kyogre, and it accidentally angers them. And in Ruby, they get the blue stone and try to wake up Groudon and accidentally anger them. It's in this one, they get the stones right, and they do. That's what happens. They actually primal evolve. You barely even see Groudon or Kyogre. It's I thought it was really cool. I was like, oh, wow, so they did get it right, and that's what happens. They also, in the Delta episode, at least in my opinion, they hint that this version of Hoenn is a parallel universe to the original Hoenn, because they mention something about like primal reversion didn't happen, or like the primal reversion doesn't occur in that world, or mega evolution didn't exist in that world. And I was like, oh, that sounds oddly like Hoenn. So I was like, oh, that's it. To me, you'll see it if you pay attention to the Delta episode as Z. Zinnia says some interesting stuff, so pay attention, SZ. But that's one of my favorite things about it, even though it's very uninteresting. The Delta episode itself, very, very good. Its story is amazing, but I'm not going to spoil it because it's good. The only thing I didn't like about it is you have to go around the region a lot, so it means flying a lot. So that's kind of stupid. But the last question is, how would you review the game? SuperZambezi, how would you review the game on a number scale?
I still haven't beat the game, so I really shouldn't.
No. It's a question to see.
I'm not done with the game. I don't even know what I think.
That's true. Fine. Staryu, do you want to rate the game yet?
Oh, yes. And I'm not going to rate it based on too much water, alright? Let's get into that. That was shade at a certain group of people. We already know what that group is from. But no. So what would I rate it? Should I write this down? Let me write it down, okay. So I have it in the chat for reference, alright. I rate it... Okay. I rate it 9.7918212444445.
Ooh, that's really high.
Okay, so we're gonna round
So it's
that.
like, you can round that up. Round it up.
Round it to wait, you're rounding it to a 10.
Well, or you could round it up to 10. You could round it up to 9.8. So
I would not round it that high. No. Okay, I really do like the game. I don't like using that number scale so much, so I'm just gonna say a 9. Very good. There are some noticeable faults with that. I mentioned it in a review. I hate how both X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have this weird roller coaster like effect with the game. Like the Generation 4 games and even the Generation 5 games had some nice pacing. I didn't feel rushed in, but it's so irritating. I don't like doing that, but I'm going into details that I really shouldn't. So I'll just rate it a 9 and get it over with. That's the end of the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire segment of the show. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's kind of weird how it just ended with that, but does anybody have any final thoughts on the game?
Tell us what you think in the comments, whether it be on YouTube or MPL. You know, tell us which version you got. What do you think about the game, and what would you rate it? And also, tell us your teams. Yes.
Please tell us your teams.
Yes. Do it right now. Well, actually, finish listening to the podcast, or type it while listening. Do it.
Actually, well, speaking of the podcast, we should probably move on. I'm not in the mood for doing the news, and I know SZ has the news. So, SuperZambezi, do you care to do the news for us?
I guess I will. First up, Captain Toad was released this Friday in... Well, it was in North America. I don't know about anything else. I'm sorry. I didn't check.
It's already out in Japan, so maybe Australia or Europe got it. Also,
well, if anything, you'll get it by the end of the year.
No, I think they get it.
I think
they get it
next year.
Yeah, they use the same.
I'm sorry.
They get it next year.
Well, you'll enjoy it next year.
It's a good game, but don't get upset about it. It's not really worth getting upset over.
Did you guys pick it up?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't.
But you haven't?
No, I'm too busy.
Yeah, it's one of those games where if you have the money, you should get it, but do not put it on a priority, unless you're Toadette. Because Toadette needs to have the game.
Unless you have a really high obsession with toads.
Or simply love puzzle games. I try to get my mom to play it, but she's like, I'm not into those types of puzzle games, because I thought she would like it, because she likes puzzle games, but it's not her thing.
Yes, so we will have an entire podcast dedicated to that, so keep your eyes and ears peeled to the lost levels.
Peel those ears. We want the fruit of those ears. Ew, okay, no. Speaking of which, I hate it when people say peeling eyes, so don't. I have a really, active imagination, and I'm also extremely squeamish, so, when those two things combine, I'm like, ugh.
Okay. Next piece of news. Pokemon, the ones we were just talking about. Both versions sold 7.7 million together.
Pokemons.
And
holy tomatoes.
Wait, which one sold more? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'll check.
How do you not know?
She's just.
It'd also be nice if we knew how much like X and Y sold in this time. Whatever.
X and Y sold. I think X and Y only got like to. Oh, I'm not checking. Bleh, whatever. Who cares?
The point is, 7.7 billion is a
impressive number.
So congratulations, Pokemon, and whatever. Yes.
I think X and Y got 7.5 million.
Well, there you
That's
go.
a very rough estimate, and that's probably extremely wrong, but...
Next up, yesterday, we had the Game Awards show. Nintendo won several awards. I'm gonna try to guess them all right now. Mario Kart for racing.
Yes.
Nintendo for Developer of the Year.
Surprisingly, but yes.
Smash Bros. For fighting.
Yes.
That's it? Oh,
I
there's
don't.
no more?
Those are the ones I've heard of. Maybe there are more, but those are the only ones I've heard of.
You didn't watch it, SC?
Okay, I watched. I had.
I did not watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I went nope. I heard like everyone's like, yeah, the video game awards, because there was no news about it last year. So I'm like, why would I watch it this year? I do not care enough for it. So
same.
Last year it wasn't. It was different. It was under a different name. But both times that I had it, that they were on, I just put them on a side window and I just worked on other things. And if anything interesting happened, I took a look, because it's like over 2 hours of a lot of talking, and there's game reveals and whatever, and they really don't even talk about awards for the most part. But
Bore snore.
Whatever. If you have the time and you have nothing to do, I would suggest. Okay, that sounds mean, but let's move on.
Well, I think it's already over, so unless there's like a YouTube video of it up.
I'm sure there. Okay, so we didn't even get to the actual news. A Mario Maker trailer was released. This is the first thing we've seen of the game since E3. Of note is that you can use Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World art styles.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I'm a little disappointed just because I'm hoping that there are more. Because I don't want, like, they had that thing where they said they're probably not going to use just Mario themes, but we've only seen just Mario themes. The original Super Mario World, Super Mario 3, and he's losing me. Oh, the new Super Mario Bros. U one. I'm really hoping we're having a newer one, something new.
And to my understanding, these are only art styles. These are not engines.
Which is weird because you can ground... Like, I bet they're going to have to animate some new things because I don't think you could wall jump in any of the other games.
That's right.
Or ground pound.
See, if they do go the engine route, then I could see why they might not include things like Super Mario Bros. 2, because that's a very different game from all of these. And... Or, like, have some Zelda sprites. Like, that...
I still want a Zelda thingy, but... Besides the point.
Yeah, if they do art styles, then sure, I'd love to see more. But engine-wise, I can see that being harder. Also, at the Game Awards show, Codename Steam trailer.
I didn't care.
Are you guys interested in that? I mean, it looks interesting to me. I just need to see some gameplay.
I feel bad because I read this thing where it's basically like a lot of times when people say what they are, like, oh, I'm a very modest person, they're the complete opposite, which in and of itself is ironic, but that's besides the point. So I'm gonna try and be actually honest here, like very much thinking about it. I'm the person who will give up on that. Like, if I'm not interested in the game, I usually do not go into it too well. But then sometimes I just did, like Fire Emblem, I didn't care, but then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it, and I did, and I liked it. So there's a possibility of me going for Codename Steam, but that game just is so uninteresting to me right currently. I don't like the characters. The gameplay looks iffy. It kind of looks a little weird too, so I don't... Right now, I'm completely uninterested with it.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been going on tangents lately.
No. I was like, I thought Staryu was going to say something, but okay. And then the entire
Staryu's going to say what?
Were you going to say something on Codename Steam?
All I was going to say is I'm not too interested in it. Maybe if we see more gameplay, I might be more interested in it, but right now I'm not interested.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough. At the end of the show, they gave us Zelda Wii U gameplay footage, which...
Yee.
How awesome is that?
Looked very cool. I like the horse riding part. Everything about that scene was really pretty.
Yes, and we didn't get direct footage. It was a camera on a TV.
Yeah.
And from a distance, too. But it looked very pretty. The map
Gosh, it's
looks
huge. It's huge. Like, it's like I don't play Xenoblade, but I do know how big the world is. It's like Xenoblade huge. Victor Chronicles. It's very, very big.
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting to see Zelda going in this direction. My only concern, and of course this is games in development still, so these are minor worries, is that it feels empty. Like there's a lot of riding around and you're just passing trees and rocks. But I mean, give it time.
I think it's because we have. I mean, first of all, that's what a lot of open world things do. There's a lot of emptiness areas with just enemies and maybe like some hidden treasure. We haven't really seen anything except for the environment. We haven't seen a temple. I think we've seen maybe like 2 enemies. We've seen like what it might be a village in the original trailer and what might be a boss in the original trailer. And that's pretty much it. Like, there's almost nothing else we've seen. So, I don't think I don't want to make too big of an impression on it yet because, I mean, the thing also said that we're getting Star Fox before this game, and like we've seen more of Zelda Wii U than Star Fox because from what I think I saw like 10 seconds of it, and I was like, this is obviously extremely early in development because it was a very barren landscape, and I think it was just him flying around and like tailing another enemy ship, and that was it. So I'm very skeptical, or not skeptical, I'm very like wondering like how much is in this Zelda game then, because it looked pretty well into development already, so I want to see more.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they showed anything at all.
Yes, I didn't expect them to show Zelda stuff at the Video Game Awards.
Staryu, anything on the Zelda stuff?
No. No.
I might actually play the Zelda game. I played Wind Waker almost to its entirety.
Wait, you don't play Zelda?
No, I don't.
Ugh!
I say that, right? But I've played Wind Waker HD, A Link Between Worlds, but the problem is, I can never bring myself to finish a Zelda game. I get bored, or I have really bad. I've said this before, and I get like really anxious when I play games where it's open. I might not play this game at the same time because I don't like having no destination. Almost, it's like I don't know what to do, and there's so many variables, there's so many places to go.
These games always
Kirby and the Amazing Mirror like scares me to play.
Kirby Amazing Mirror is great though.
Because I don't know where to go. I still don't. Like I freak out. Oh god. I know it's an amazing game. I'm not saying it's a bad game, and I know it's a really good game. I just never played it, and it makes me like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. I've searched up guides. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So
I agree with what you said about Zelda, because sometimes I just don't finish it. But I am gonna be getting Majora's Mask 3D. Cause
I need to get that. My little brother's probably gonna get it, and I might play a little bit of it.
I'm gonna get that.
I'm not sure if I want to get it.
But I don't know about the Wii U, new Zelda Wii U, because no tea, no shade. Like what Soul just said, sometimes I just play it and then just don't even come back to it. So it's like, why waste money?
Something about Zelda games never are as enticing to me as Mario ones. Wind Waker HD, to me, it's the complete entirety of me just being lazy. Like, that I understand. A Link Between Worlds kind of bored me at points. Like, I think I was stuck. But then again, I was stuck in the Temple of the Gods for Wind Waker HD, and then I just got bored. So that one makes a little more sense. Maybe I got stuck on a boss in like Wind Waker HD. I don't remember. All I can say for sure is that there's something about Zelda games that caused me to lose out. I think the only Zelda game I originally beat was Wind Waker, and I don't remember beating it, except all I know is that I did. And that's it. Like, I have a save file to prove it. That's it. That's only thing I've ever done with Zelda game. Finished a Zelda game. So, I don't know yet. I really don't know how I feel about this game. But it looks interesting. I want to see more.
Oh, I need Dark Blue here. Back me up on this.
I don't hate them.
Who's throwing shade at Zelda? No one's throwing shade at Zelda.
I love watching
saying
Zelda
that
games.
You guys are just kind of like, Zelda. So I'm like, I need Zelda love in here. Oh, but he is so busy playing Pokemon. He loves it so much. He could not be here. He's just constantly playing. He just didn't have time for the podcast.
That is the most.
Boo is the Pokemon master. He knows exactly what type every Pokemon.
Yo.
He knows what types do.
I go to him when I
Boo
have
dresses up as
questions.
Ash for Halloween. Like he thinks he's a Pokemon champion.
Oh my god. He's made his own badges. He's made them from scratch. But oh shoot, we're
If you
spilling
need to know
Boo's
anything
secrets.
about Pokemon, just ask Dark Boo. 'Cause Dark Boo will definitely give you the answers.
Yeah, leave your Pokemon questions for Dark Boo in the comments, please.
Boo is a Pokemon champion.
Any-
Moving on, Essie, do you have any more news?
Yeah,
for us?
very last thing. The Super Smash Bros. Picture of the days have come to an end.
I didn't care after it came out.
Oh my gosh.
God, it was
Spoiled
so
the
memorable.
moment.
Oh my-
No, okay, I'm sorry, but after the Wii U version came out, I'm like, alright, so I'm done. Don't care about them, because there's nothing else I need to know. I know how the Wii U game plays, so I didn't even look. I think I saw, like, 2 of them.
But it was
afterwards.
emotional. What Sakura was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he said something. I'll read it right now, okay? You continue, sorry.
It was
Why
just
don't we?
the last picture was on this Friday, and he said like, "Oh, I've been doing this since blah blah blah." And I think he said thank you or something. And then everyone in the comments are like, "Oh, this is so sad." Da, 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 da. Yeah, so it was really nice. But our good friend HJ, who runs the weekly updates on MPL for the Smash Pick of the Days, we are thinking of doing a community picture of the day. So keep your eyes on, not peeled, on MPL for more info on that.
Thank you for saying that, because actually, what's funny is I'm not gonna. I've
There's a
been,
post on that on MPL.
it's in the comments on the last pick of the day thing.
Whoops! I just small. I just didn't pay attention.
I hardly. My thing is I also am reading the comment. I read the comment almost to its entirety. It's cute, but my thing is for when Project M came out, I got really bored with it, and I'm the person who does weird things just because for the heck of it. So what I did was I made a whole bunch of. I never took the pictures. I just came up with the plan, and, like came up with mock models. And I just did picks of the day with each week explaining a new character, and I'm probably never gonna publish it just because it amuses me, I guess. And I'm making picks of the days for the Smash Brothers one where each week a character, and I've already done 4, and they actually take forever because unlike him, I don't have a debug thing, so I bet he has like these people in the poses and he can just freeze them and then move them as he pleases. And I've also found out that the zoom function, how it works, I mentioned this in the last week, and I definitely did not make any sense. Basically, if you have to change the view to showing the entire like stage if you want to zoom in a lot, which is weird. If you focused on your character or another character, you don't get to zoom in as much. And different stages have different values of zoom. Like there are different lengths you can zoom into, even with that going out to the stage and focusing from the stage onto a character. It's like Final Destination lets you zoom in extremely well compared to Skyloft, and I don't know why. It's just what it does. Even though it does actually, the more you zoom in, like if you get really close, the game starts to like lag just a tiny bit when you're pausing. It's weird. It just goes a little slower, but that was the only thing I have to notice. Oh yeah, and I made those picks of the day, and I'm never probably going to publish them, but it's just a thing that keeps me busy.
Oh, it's gonna be so sad because so many people came to MPL because of the picks of the day.
Well, I don't. My picks. Well, first of all, I don't. I think I don't like doing. I'm not gonna say that. No, you should all do it. Everybody do it.
Okay, well, thanks to Soul's encouraging words there, we're gonna move on to what have you been doing? What have you been doing? Somebody go.
Why is it every time I do what have you been doing, I don't even know.
Wait.
I forget, it's like I forget everything I've done this week.
Do you want me to go then?
Yes, please go first.
So I've been hanging out with a whole bunch of different people, so that's nice. I don't know. For me, especially in high school, it's very different because I'm hanging out with the popular people, which is weird, and they like me and I like them, so it's weird for me. It's very surreal, and I was like, okay, they all are very different than I expect them to be, because most of them are they're extremely stereotypical, but at the same time, they're very much not. So I like them, but I've been playing Captain Toad. Very good game, very fun. I actually really enjoy it. something feels missing from it, and I don't know what. Something about it feels missing from it. I really cannot put my finger on it. It's good. It's just something's different or weird. Something. It's good though. I really do like it. What was the other thing I was gonna say? I had other stuff I was doing. Wait. We do a podcast for Thanksgiving? Did we do one after? Yeah, we did. Oh, my sister did get proposed to. I know that I mentioned that. He didn't do it yet, but he did. Literally Sunday. The Sunday after the podcast. I was like, oh, well, okay, I guess it happened. And I wasn't there, but all I know is that it was actually very simple, but she loved it. And I was like, okay, get married already, because I don't like waiting. Which, I kid, I didn't do that. I'm not going to do that. What was the other thing I did? I did something important. Shoot. It's coming to me.
Think.
Oh, I got I already said I got the amiibos, but I might actually be getting the remainder of the 12, but it's not out of my money.
Gosh.
Okay, first of all,
You're getting way too many damn amiibos.
I like collecting, and second of all, I might not. So I might save up for an Elgato gaming recorder because I have something that I might be selling because this lady wants to. Oh, she hasn't emailed me back. She probably forgotten. She's probably not doing it. But she was gonna buy my old keyboard for not keyboard instrument, like musical instrument for like $100, and I get half of that. Wow. So I'm very happy. Because it wasn't mine to begin with, so my parents get 50 and I get 50, so I could get, the remainder of the amiibos.
Yo, if I was my friends, I'd be like 60-40.
My parents are making me do it. Are you kidding me? They're I'm not getting money at all, but besides the point. I like, I might be getting the rest of them, but I might be, so I have a lot of money because I have my confirmation. Oh, I didn't mention that last podcast. I had my confirmation. It was fine. My head smelled like a flower shop, and it said something embarrassing. But I had to, I got a bunch of money from that. I have, I think, $300 and something. And then I'm probably gonna get more from Christmas. So, I might get an Elgato capture device and a, new 3DS, both of them. But I don't know, because I'm a person, I don't, usually, for the past, 3 years, I have my money, I have, birthday money, I bet, technically, from, last year, no, not this year, because I spent a whole bunch of money, but, I mean, over the years, I bet I've had birthday monies technically carried from previous birthdays, because I don't usually buy things, and if they do, it's just a video game. Lately, I've been spending more, I've been going out with friends and whatever, so I guess that factors into it, But this year is probably going to be no different from last year, at least, because I might just be spending all my money on the new 3DS and an Elgato thing, and a microphone, because I don't think anybody's going to be getting the Blue Snowball microphone that I really want. But that's all I've been doing.
Guys, I just found a hilarious image. Can I read it?
Oh, no.
Yes, I have to. Okay,
no.
It's this image. Okay, Palatine is talking to Pit. Palatine is like, checking the personal ads again, Pit? And Pit's like, hey, angels get lonely too. And he's like, and I just so happen to have a date tonight with this one.
Oh,
and Palatine is reading it, and she's like, a lakey gal with huge chest. Call me. And as you can assume, it's actually, the chest enemies from Kid Icarus. What are they called?
Mimicuties. This is a Brawl in the Family comic.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites, yeah.
It's just literally this image shows it's basically that chest from Smash Run.
It's a treasure chest,
and it's just with its legs folded, and it's just sitting there.
And he's just this is awesome. It's the best.
Let me post this to them so SC and
I love.
Oh, so already saw about it.
Every time I mention Brawl in the Family, it makes me sad.
I know, because it's over.
I hate. So I think maybe I didn't. I might have shared it when I first was on the podcast. But Brawl in the Family, I was introduced to it, and I'm the only person, my friends, when I used to, talk about it and stuff, every once in a while, and I remember when she showed me it, I don't remember the day, but I bet I can check if I get the day for the comic, because I remember one day I read through the entire Brawl in the Family thing. This was before it ended, of course, but I read through the entire thing, and I didn't remember which one the first one was, so eventually reading through it, I found out which my first one was, which was, it was an Epic Mickey Sonic Colors thingy, and I don't remember exactly how it goes. I bet I can find it, but I'm not going to do it right now. But it was very, very funny. I loved it a lot. So it makes me sad thinking, because probably she doesn't even remember showing me that stuff, But I remember at one point I forgot to read it. It was like a 6-month period, so I like one day for like an hour, because I mean the comics are relatively short. I just went through the entire thing and I was like, I gotta catch up on what I missed. And when I found out it was ending, I was like, wait, what? Like, because that's all he did in the community. He does a comic every other issue for Nintendo Force, which is a magazine, but that's pretty much it. He's making a game, but that's not coming until much later. So it's just sad to think about it.
Yeah, like, oh my god, those comics were awesome. And there was so much more he could do, too, because, like, you know, with Smash 4 coming out, like, there's so many more characters and stuff, but, you know, it was right to do, but, you know, it's still sad. But, you know, I just read that comment on Facebook, and it was hilarious. I had to share it. Maybe I'll post the image if I remember in the comments, and if I don't remember, remind me. But what else? What has been going on? I got Cat and Toad. Well, actually, my brother got Cat and Toad. Whoops. He got Cat and Toad, and I've only played a little bit of it, and I want to play more, but, you know, I just don't feel like playing it. Because we had the Pokemon podcast today, so I wanted to play some Pokemon, catch up, do whatever I got to do. So that's been happening. I've been on Tumblr so much. Like, literally, you have no idea. I've been posting so much on my Tumblr. Why are you saying sick?
Do I need to explain that?
Do I post things that are ratchet and disgusting? So
Yes.
do I? What?
No,
don't get
no, I was kidding. I haven't used Tumblr in forever. So.
Everything I post is safe for work, mostly. And unless you consider cuss words not safe for work. Do you consider curse words not safe for work, SC?
It's fine.
Okay, so I don't post anything like that. So
Depends where.
if you were
Tumblr, there's no such thing as safe for work. It's just
please.
this vacuum of nonsense.
If you want to follow me on Tumblr, it is SpiderStaryu.tumblr.com. So be sure to follow me. I reblog so much juicy stuff, really juicy stuff. What else has been going on? You see, like I said, I hate when this happens. I've been playing Pokemon nonstop. Smash Bros. I haven't played Smash Bros. In like a week. That's surprising, actually, for me. That's surprising. I'll probably get back into Smash Bros. Because we're going to do a community night today. Which, by the time this is posted, I'm pretty sure by the time this is posted, the community night's going to be over. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the community night. Hopefully you didn't piss me off. If you did, then you're going to get yours soon. You better understand. I never forget. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else that's been interesting that's been happening in my life. So, that's all.
No surprise there, am I right?
Oh, hell no. That is shady as hell. You better cut it out, Soul Rock.
Alright, Ezzy, have you been doing anything?
Actually, yeah. So, this week is finals week. I only have like 3 things left to do, and then I'm done with school for this semester and forever. Yes, I'm graduating right now from college. That is a thing. So someone hire me, because I don't know what to do with my life after. Yes. So that's what's happening. I'm also doing Pokemon Wiki, which is why I'm behind. That's why I haven't.
You're doing Pokemon Wiki?
Yes, and that's.
They hired you to do it?
Just for images.
I'm not gonna say good, because I was gonna say, I was like,
you don't even know what types are.
I think there's a glitch in the system, like, something might be wrong.
Yeah,
he's gonna put Mighty Anna, he's gonna make Mighty Anna normal, Rosarade's gonna be water and ice.
He's gonna call Hariyama by something else.
Hey. I would have some idea, but I could not advise people on how to play. Okay, I could not do that. I would not be able to do that, but I could do the basic stuff like, this is where you find this. I could do that. Anyway, yes, that's what I'm working on. I'm doing videos and images, and I'm also going to be doing the Crew Wiki, which is a racing game. So I have things lined up for me to do, which is really, like, this is great, because this is like my job. I need to do this if I want to make money. But I really wish I could spend more time on NPL, because I have a few cool ideas that I want to do on there, but I just do not have the time right now.
Ooh.
SC is never on NPL.
Don't be shady.
Recently, no, because I just have too much on my hands. And especially with school ending and this, and yeah. But I
it was
hope
all tea, but it was shady too. So
some cool stuff coming in the new year. Maybe before the new year. So
so we're not gonna get the chili challenges because it's already
Are
too
you
late.
kidding me? I don't know how
Shoot,
time
oh my
for that
gosh.
stuff. I would. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
It's too late.
We're not going to be talking about this. We can
Okay.
do something else later.
Moving on. Moving on. Well, that's the end of the podcast. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Ending information.
Wait, excuse
Soul's
me.
hosting.
What? Do you know how rude that was? I'm hosting and like, only one.
Wow.
Why are you so like? Why
Wow.
do you
Wow.
always cut me off? Because it makes me sad and I don't know what to do. But let's go on for the ending information because we've been doing everything else. You can subscribe to us and rate us on iTunes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. And you can subscribe or check us out at Mario Party Legacy at MarioPartyLegacy.com and the Lost Levels podcast at thelostlevels.MarioPartyLegacy.com. And we also have a forum, which is MarioPartyLegacy.com/forum. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at AbsentPowers or my website, Nintendo Spot. But I've been having a leave of absence on the social medias, so sorry about that. I might be back.
You can follow me through the ends of the earth, across the frozen sea. I am SpiderStaryu everywhere on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Google+. Add me to your circles. Circles, not ovals, not triangles, not squares, but circles. And did I mention everything? Oh, Nintendo Network, SpiderStaryu. I'm on lots and lots of sites, so make sure you follow me everywhere. You get caught up on the juice. Everywhere. Across the world. Across
The juice
the frozen
bar.
sea. The juice bar.
You need to have one of those. Like,
I
as in,
have.
like some channel feature called the Juice Bar.
It's gonna be a new segment on my channel.
That should be your SpiderStaryu talk, a new name for it.
I know,
the Juice
right? That would be a good name, the Juice Bar. Oh my god, I'll have to think about that. Oh, sorry, Issa, you can go.
SuperZambezi everywhere. You can follow me on my octagons.
Bar. Those exist.
Oh my
Well, actually,
god,
they
you're
do
always
exist.
taking one of my stuff.
SZ's an MMA fighter.
I have more sides than you, so.
I have no sides.
Yeah, he beats you entirely.
Anyway.
Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed the shenanigans that occurred. If also, we haven't been doing this, and I'm not sure, I guess this is kind of out of the blue, but if you do want to do mailbag stuff, you could comment in this, the Lost Levels comments, because we haven't had a mailbag question in forever, nor have we been doing it in forever, so if you do, we can still, or if you want to, we can still do mailbag stuff, so comment below. That's the end of the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.